Hey, what's up, guys? Jake Hamilton here. Welcome to my kitchen. This is the place that I use once a year, and that time is to shoot a holiday helping segment. This year and every year, I am joined by my personal favorite chef in the city of Chicago, Chef Giuseppe Tintori of GT Fish and Oyster, GT Prime.
Jake, it's great to see you. Love working with you. It's always fun. I wish I was in your place.
So I want to talk, one of the reasons we always love your recipes, you always give us a really nice recipe that is accessible for people, where the ingredients are easily, you can pick them up at your nearest grocery store and they can make this at home. So what are we making this year?
So this year, we're gonna make potato gratin with a little truffle, cream, and Parmesan. It's like 5 ingredients, super easy. So we're gonna use, Jake, nutmeg, cream, thyme, Parmesan, truffle. That's it. People, when they hear truffle, it's like, oh, it's fancy. It's where I'm gonna find it. This product you'll find in Amazon. They'll ship it to you. It's one of the best products that I use in my restaurant. It's from Italy. Amazing. First, you want to peel the potato, which you did, right?
I peeled them all by myself, and I would like credit for that. Look at that beautifully peeled potato. Take a look. Look at that.
Perfect. On this thing, you're gonna put a little butter on the bottom. Okay. Just take a few nuggets of butter and smear them on the bottom of the container. Then what we're gonna do, we're gonna open the truffle container that you have. And you're gonna take 2 full spoons and put them on the bottom of your container. One thing you wanna do, you wanna grab a knife and the potato. You wanna kind of slice the potato down. You're gonna have like a 7 to 8 slices per potato.
Look at that beautifully sliced potato.
That's perfect, look at that. You want to it's called fan the potato in the container. You want to make sure they go down like that, like nice and fan, and it looks beautiful and perfect. You're gonna put all of your cream in the container. Just dump the whole thing. What else we're gonna add? We're gonna season it with a little salt.
Okay.
So sprinkle a little salt on top of the potato. A little nutmeg, okay? Just a little bit. Sprinkle it on top of the potato. Look at that. I like how you move, Jake. You should work in the kitchen. Parmesan, which have a little Parmesan, grated Parmesan over there. Okay, put them on top of this potato. So what you do, you want to pick like just a sprinkle of thyme, just like that. What you're gonna do with the thyme, you're just gonna peel it up and put like a few pieces of thyme. You're gonna put a few more nuggets of butter on top. This container with a clip, and we're gonna put them in the oven for like about 45 minutes.
This is where we do the diddly-dee, 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 diddly-dee. I can single-handedly say that this is infinitely better than anything Sylvia Perez is going to make. Look at that. Oh my God. Giuseppe, you and I have done a lot of these segments together. This is the best thing that we/you have ever cooked. Ooh, I can make this. Anybody can make it. You just need the ingredients and you need the recipe. And the only way you get the recipe is to donate to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. All right, Chef, before we go, where can people go to make a reservation at your restaurant?
They can make a reservation on Open Table at GT Fish and Oyster and GT Prime.
2 of the single best restaurants in the entire city of Chicago. And it's always good to see you, my friend. Merry Christmas to you.
Happy holidays, Jake.
Thank you. I'll see you soon.
Welcome to Holiday Helpings. I'm Natalie Bumpy. This is my kitchen assistant, Olive, and we are with David from Epic Burger, known for their epic burgers, but we are making their very special epic bread pudding.
Our buns are delivered daily at Epic Burger. If we don't use buns after the first day, they go in the garbage. So I decided, to take our brioche buns home and concocted this epic brioche bread pudding.
All right, so David, tell me what we need to get started.
Before we cook anything, everything always tastes better with a little music on and a cocktail going. So since I'm making a little bourbon sauce, I poured myself a little bourbon. So cheers.
Okay, cheers to you. Cheers.
Yes, indeed. Well, first we need to get some day-old brioche buns.
Which we have right here.
Yep, perfect. So what we're going to do to start is we're lightly going to grease our baking pan.
Okay.
I just pour like a little touch of olive oil in there. I like to spread it around all the sides so nothing sticks. And So then let's take about half of the bread that we've made, and let's line our 2.5 quart baking pan. Spread it out nice and evenly. And then let's take about half of our chocolate chips and let's just sprinkle those nice and evenly around.
I think I've got someone here who will only work for chocolate chips.
Spread that out. And then let's fill in another layer. So yeah, basically it's just a little step and repeat layer of bread. All right, so now we're gonna just set that aside for a second, and then we're gonna make our potion. So if you have a large bowl, and I like to use 5 eggs. I don't really eat a lot of dairy. I use a lot of oat milk. But for the holidays, for this particular recipe, we're going to use some all-natural eggnog. And then a cup of heavy cream, a half a cup of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then Olive, this is where you come in with your whisk. Give it a good stir, Natalie. So we're going to take this and evenly pour it over our bread and chocolate chips. Just gently pat it down, give it a little love. Should look something like this. So now at this point, this needs to sit in the refrigerator for an hour to 2 hours to 3 hours.
What do you think
or
of that?
longer. Wow, that looks great. Looks fantastic. All right, you ready for the next step? Okay, so now we're going to go over to the stovetop. We're going to mix a half a cup of butter, and then we're going to pour a cup of the sugar in there. And then you could just gently stir that, cook on like a medium-high heat. Again, we want to cook until all of the sugar is dissolved. But turn it on low heat, and this is where we want to take our bourbon.
Look who showed up late for the party.
What'd I miss?
And you want to pour a 1/4 cup of bourbon. Pour it very slowly. There might be some hissing, so pour it very slowly. We fast forwarded this. It sat in the refrigerator for at least an hour. We're going to put it in the oven and let it bake for 40 minutes at 350 degrees. And then really one of the secrets to this is the final 3 minutes. I put it on a high broil. Really get that top charred and crispy. It adds that great texture. So 43 minutes in the oven. This is what the finished product should look like. Just pour a tiny bit of our bourbon sauce over it. And then basically grab a fork and dig in.
David, thank you so much for sharing that incredible holiday recipe. Of course, if our viewers at home want to give it a whirl, it's super easy. They can go to our website, fox32chicago.com, click on the Holiday Helpings link, make a donation to the Greater Chicago Food Depository, download the recipe, and get the epic bread pudding dish du jour. All right, give us a bite. Take us home, David.
Cheers to Fox.
It's one of our favorite times of year, holiday helping time, and I am with one of my all-time favorite Chicago chefs, Tony Priolo from Piccolo Sogno. Tony, what's cooking?
We're lucky right now. Restaurants are able to be open. The public really wants to eat out. They want to support local restaurants.
Tony, so what's the name of the dish we're making today?
Today we're making spaghetti cacio e pepe. Everybody, the world's favorite pasta.
I've also been told that this is a common food that chefs eat late at night after they've closed down the doors and everybody's gone. Is that true?
Yes, because it's really quick and easy and it's so yummy. Okay, the first step you gotta have is great pasta, a nice dry pasta here. And then we also have a great Romano pecorino cheese. You can use pecorino Romano. I also have Reggiano cheese, Parmigiano. Unsalted butter, black pepper, sea salt, and boiling salted water for your pasta.
Okay, so I'm ready to go. Let's do this.
Okay, great. First thing I'm going to do is I have my pan already starting to warm up. I have chicken broth, and we're going to put it in the pan. Then we're going to add some butter into the chicken broth, and we're going to cook that down.
Okay.
So I'm going to take the pasta, and I'm going to put it in boiling salted water. Water. You need at least for 1 pound of pasta, at least a gallon of water. While this guy is cooking down, I'm going to add a little bit of sea salt. This is the broth. So the pasta should cook about 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes, depending how al dente you like it. And make sure you stir without breaking it up.
Okay, Tony, so we got that pasta cooking. Now what's our next step?
Well, the next step is I'm going to add some of the most of the black peppers to the broth that's cooking down. I'm saving a little bit on the side because we'll use that as a garnish when it's done. Right now, my sauce is ready for the pasta. And I don't add the cheese till the end because if I add the cheese now, it'll just be one big lump. Toss the pasta into the sauce. I'm going to give it a quick stir and a quick toss.
Cheese next.
Right here, I'm adding into the pasta, and you're going to toss it right away. Go ahead and give it a quick taste so you can make sure that the sauce has enough salt. It's ready to go.
Awesome. How does it taste?
Oh, mine tastes great, and I'm sure yours does too.
I'm still working on it. Okay.
I have this little trick here. I do a little twist and turn. I have some extra cheese right here. I'm going to put this on top.
Nice.
Well, half and half of the cacio. Okay.
Okay, Tony, you were right. This was really easy, and this dish is amazing. And for all of our viewers, if you want this recipe and if you want to help the Greater Chicago Food Depository, go to fox32chicago.com to click on the link to get the recipe. Got to make that donation first to help a great cause. Awesome. Tony, this was very easy, delicious. Thank you so much. As always, you always have the best recipes.
Thank you. Big hugs to you and your family. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to everybody there at Fox 2 as well. You guys are the best.
We love you, Tony Priolo. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, you too. Merry Christmas.